let me take you ahead and give you some more content of one very important ratio, that is interest coverage ratio. Now let me explain what are generally coverage ratios and what is typically this interest coverage ratio. First let me explain and then I'll give you the notes in writing. Now see, coverage ratio indicates the capacity to bear burden of something. So if you could see, when I talk about interest coverage ratio, recall your income statement. In the income statement, at the point where you record interest expense, just prior to that, what is the component of profit? It is basically EBIT, correct? Earnings before interest and tax. So suppose a company has interest commitment of rupees 1 lakh and its EBIT is 70,000 only. That means company is not even having enough money to pay off its interest. Another scenario, if company has interest commitment of 1 lakh and its EBIT is also 1 lakh, what will happen? You will see whatever income it has generated through operating profit, all is wiped off by paying interest only, nothing is left over. So your capacity to bear the burden of interest is very poor. But what will happen if against interest commitment of 1 lakh rupees, you have 20 lakhs of operating profit? Then for computing this interest coverage ratio, you would simply take EBIT divided by the amount of interest. So that will be 20 lakh divided by 1 lakh, it will give you 20 times. Do you know what will be the significance of 20 times? That for paying each rupee of your interest, your profit availability in hand in the name of operating profit is 20 times. So for paying 1 rupee of interest, if you have 20 rupee of profit in pocket, then you are not worried about that. So interest coverage ratio being a ratio that conveys your capacity to bear a certain expenditure, the higher the ratio, the better it is. So we cannot have an ideal interest coverage ratio. The higher the ratio, the better it is. If it is 10 times, very good. If it is 20 times, very good. If it is 50 times, extremely good. It's like that. So please write up the details about this interest coverage ratio and some other coverage ratios also, which will follow up. In our case, EBIT was 22,70,000 and interest amount was only 2,70,000. So we have 8.41 times of interest coverage ratio. So this ratio indicates that for every rupee of interest expense, the earnings available in the form of EBIT is rupees 8.41. Let us move ahead and talk about more coverage ratios, starting with preference dividend coverage ratio. Now here I would want you to use the same kind of logic what we have applied on interest coverage ratio. In the income statement, what comes exactly before interest is EBIT. Exactly that way, when it is a preference dividend in your income statement, what comes immediately prior to that? It is the amount of profit after tax. So how much capacity do you have to pay off your preference dividend? That is what we call as preference dividend coverage ratio. Using the same logic, preference dividend coverage ratio, if I ask you to calculate, it will be simply profit after tax divided by the amount of preference dividend. However, in our example, we know one thing, that preference shares are not there in the example, so this ratio as such will not be applicable. On the other side, another ratio which could be equity dividend coverage ratio, if we want to assess that, equity dividend coverage ratio would be basically the amount of equity dividend will become the denominator, and what is the source for paying this equity dividend? It is earnings available to equity shareholders. So how will you compute equity dividend coverage ratio? It will be earnings available to equity shareholders divided by the amount of equity dividend. And when you get that, the interpretation is still the same. For example, if your equity dividend is rupees 1 lakh and earnings available to equity shareholders is 5 lakhs, then equity dividend coverage ratio will be 5 lakhs by 1 lakh, that would be 5 times. Now, when I come to this ratio, that is equity dividend coverage ratio, I want you people to focus on one thing very clearly. So please carefully listen to me, this is something important. In the dividend chapter, we have learnt what? Dividend payout ratio. You remember dividend payout ratio? So if dividend payout ratio, how do you compute? The amount of dividend divided by the total earnings available to equity shareholders. So whatever be the profit available to equity shareholders, out of that how much dividend you have distributed. So once again I'll tell you, in your income statement, if you find that earnings available to equity shareholders is 5 lakhs and equity dividend is 1 lakh, we would say equity dividend coverage ratio is 5 lakh divided by 1 lakh, that is 5 times. On the other side, if you want to find dividend payout ratio, take inverse of that. Take inverse of that, means out of 5 lakhs of profits earned, 1 lakh you have distributed as dividend. So your dividend payout ratio will be 1 lakh upon 5 lakh, that will be 0.2 or 20%. And therefore your retention ratio will be 80%. These things are all interrelated. So if I ask you, what is the dividend coverage ratio, that is equity dividend coverage ratio, if my retention ratio is 80%? Now many students will not be able to answer this question if they don't use their brain, but if you use your brain, you will be able to answer. Retention ratio is 80%, means dividend payout ratio will be 20%. If dividend payout ratio is 20%, that means whatever profit the company is earning, of that 20% it is distributing as dividend. 20% means 1/5. That means 1/5 of the profit is distributed by way of dividends. Other way to interpret and understand that is, the amount of profit is 5 times the amount of your dividend. So dividend coverage ratio will be 5 times. I hope you have understood this point what I have attempted to explain, and with that understanding clarified, please write up the notes in this regard. So I told you one thing, the net profit after tax divided by preference dividend will be the preference dividend coverage ratio, which in this example is not applicable, but in examples ahead where the balance sheet includes preference share capital, this ratio will be very, very important. Equity dividend coverage ratio I have already explained to you. Earnings available to equity shareholders divided by equity dividend, which will be 2.08 times. This ratio indicates that for every ₹1 of equity dividend, the available earnings were 2.08. So when you take inverse of 2.08, you get approximately 50%. So companies having policy of distributing approximately 50% of its profit by way of dividends. So I told you all these information are interconnected.